This is the Meiigoo Note 8. So this is basically a clone of the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. And while it only has some of the features of the Galaxy Note 8, at about $160, it comes in at a fraction of the cost. This is a really inexpensive phone. So some of the more distinctive features about this phone. For one, it has 64 gigabytes of onboard memory. Cool. This has dual SIM card slot, which means you can put 2 SIM cards in it and use them both, or you can put 1 SIM card in and put a TF card in or a micro SD card, which means you can even increase the memory of this phone. This also has fingerprint unlock and face unlock. And I think it has a really nice screen and a vibrant display. Out of the box, this phone comes with a screen and phone protector. It comes with a USB-C charging cable that also works for transferring files to your computer. And it comes with a USB charger, which if you live in the US, this will do you no good. But if you don't already have a USB charger, then where have you been living the past 10 years? Or 20 or 30 USB chargers have been around a long time. I don't know what I'm saying. So the phone itself comes with this nice screen with beveled edges. It has a nice black color that does a really good job absorbing all your fingerprints. I think it has a great form and design, probably because it copied the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. I mean, it looks really cool. So when you start the phone up, it will show its Meiigoo brand start screen and plays a sound, which is good to know if you're in the meeting. You probably don't want to restart your phone because everyone's going to hear that sound when it comes up. After it shows the logo, it's going to ask you to insert the 2 SIM cards. You can do that, or you can insert 1, or you can skip altogether. And then after you go through the Wi-Fi setup, it's going to ask you to set up your fingerprint and Face ID, and I've been really happy with how the fingerprint works and also the face unlock. This is my first phone that has had those features, and they both work really well and add a good measure of security rather than just leaving your phone unlocked all the time, which is what I've been doing. As for speed, this only has 4 gigabytes of RAM, so it's not that great, but it does have an Octa core processor, so I didn't really notice any major problems in speed. I have tried playing a bunch of games with this, and for the most part, gameplay is really smooth and just as I would expect and hope from any phone. The Antutu benchmark score of this is just around 37,000. The screen itself is 5.99 inches and it has 2160 by 1080 full HD. The screen display I think looks really vibrant. It's a great looking screen. It's really good for watching videos or playing games. You get good sound as you'd expect from headphones and Bluetooth. The sound that comes through the speakers I would say is about average. Testing the mic quality, I would say that also is just about average. So the camera for this, I compared this to my other phone, which is the LG G3. And I found the camera to be really good in some instances and not so great in other instances. It kind of depends on how you use it. For instance, if you have nice steady hands and turn the HDR mode on and take photos that way, it produces really vivid images that look quite nice. If you're taking things in low light or things with motion, you're probably going to get some blur or low quality photos. And comparing my LG G3 with this for video recording, I still prefer my LG G3 over this. Let me give you a quick sample so that you can see and hear the video and audio quality compared between this Note 8 and my LG G3. This is the LG G3, so you can compare this with the Meiigoo Note 8. Here is the audio and video quality. This is the rear facing camera. So this is the Meiigoo Note 8 camera. This is the rear facing camera. Okay, this is the LG G3 again with the front facing camera. So this is the Meiigoo Note 8 camera again. This is the front facing camera this time. Couple other things about the camera on this. It does have a dedicated shutter button, which is kind of interesting, but also kind of nice and handy to use at times. And it does have dual camera, though I wasn't able to find any information at all about what the dual camera is for, whether it's depth of field or something like that. Honestly, I've done quite a bit of research into other smartphones like this, and in some instances, the dual camera is just a gimmick that doesn't really do anything. That might be the case for this, it might not, but I don't know what the two cameras are for. The battery in this is a 3300 milliamp battery, which works okay for fairly light usage, and you can use it throughout the day. If you're doing media heavy stuff like watching videos or listening to music, you're going to expect to have to charge it in the middle of the day. So a few other things of note. The USB-C connection, well, that's nice for charging and you don't have to look and see which way you're plugging it in. It doesn't offer the other functions of USB-C, like doing USB-C to HDMI or plugging in a USB-C dock to this. So that's a bit unfortunate. Something else that's kind of random about this is I installed the Google Now launcher, and every time I restart the computer, it still asks me what I want to use for the launcher, even though I say I always want to use the Google Now launcher. It still asks me, and I still say Google Now launcher, please. Overall, I think this is a good phone. The biggest negative about it is Meiigoo. Who is Meiigoo? If you look on Google, you're not going to get a lot of answers, which means you're not going to get a lot of support for this. Whether or not they have updates, who knows? I've tried rooting this, not successful, so I haven't been able to root this. I don't know if I'll ever be able to update that. Hopefully Meiigoo takes off and becomes a huge company and I can update my phone, but who knows? The biggest positive about this is, I mean, right now it's selling for $160. It has a lot of cool things about it. I think this is really nice to use as a media phone. The screen is fantastic, so watching videos is really good. You can download a bunch of videos to this because it has a lot of memory. So if you're looking for a phone and you like downloading media or playing games, this is really a great phone for that sort of thing. Overall, it's a great looking phone. It's a good phone for the price. Go Meiigoo. Or Meiigoo, or Meiigoo, or Meiigoo. It looks cool. Kind of a weird name. Meiigoo.